First of all, hello everyone, and welcome to After the Fact Live, Sisterhooves Social. So, how are y'all doing today? It's the start of a convention. I'm kind of surprised because usually I have my panels on like a Saturday, and the day before I'm like, oh, I got to get this ready. Well, today I get it all done, and I can be sort of laissez-faire. Laissez-faire, all's fair in love and conventions. Or so they say. But yes, this episode has a special place in my heart because I consider it my favorite of the entire series. Even though it's got some pretty stiff competition, I won't dismiss any other later episodes. Remember these. These are important, and I'm talking about the birds. But for now, that's all you have to think on. Remember the Boyds. When we come up on Rarity, who even when she's just trying to sleep, I'm surprised that eye shade isn't bedazzled. Might defeat the purpose, but I could see her doing it. But she's just enjoying life just a little, when really, she senses something.
Smell. Smoke. Smoke. Smoke.
Hey, welcome to beautiful, idealistic Ponyville. It's on fire! Oh, and just for a moment, I'm afraid Rarity had a bit of pig nose. Oh, that's tough. That's a tough one, I tell you.
Rarity! You ruined the surprise. I was going to serve you breakfast in bed.
So, first off, that's adorable. Although in that moment, it looks more like Rarity. I've come to destroy you. But here we start with the initial premise. Actually, it's even more funny with Rarity's expression, I've come to destroy you, as if you could. But look at these two. This is the start of a magnificent dynamic, one that I thoroughly celebrate. And the way that Sweetie Belle just seems so upset that she couldn't serve Rarity breakfast in bed, as a cloud of doom hangs over them, is part of why I'm immediately smitten with this episode. Sweetie Belle, I consider to be the cutest of the Cutie Mark Crusaders. And Rarity, well, she's probably not seeing the cuteness as much as I am, but, well, she doesn't enjoy the third-person omniscience we, the audience, enjoy. All right, and here we are, the first shot of Rarity's parents. Our introduction. And it's amazing. Because I'm like, oh my God, they have parents. I mean, I thought these were all they all got the Disney treatment. 6 orphans brought together to save the kingdom. But no, and they're total. What I find even more amazing is how hardcore they are in what they're having for breakfast. And they're crediting Sweetie with all this, which, well, I'll say that's really kind of them. But remember these flowers. These flowers are important. The purple ones that she's putting up there.
I didn't know you could burn juice.
You don't cook, you burn. You burn eggs, you burn toast. You're the only man I know who burns Jell-O.
Let me guess. Applesauce. Nope. Toast.
The innocence with which she says that. How indeed, how indeed. Now, I have to remind myself on these flowers because I can't tell what they are. Purple sage or chrysanthemum, I believe. But they all have a special meaning. All these things have meanings. So here's Rarity, slightly more dignified sniffing now. I mean, it's not quite pig nose, but at the same time, I can't help but notice that, like, she's really showing off her interior of her nostril, which I think is also has a special washing and probably waxing. It's quite terrifying. But here's Rarity dealing with a lot. Her family is here. Her sister is trying to burn down her home, and the calorie count is more of an ashen encounter. But here it is, the family all together. And Sweetie Belle is the most thrilled of them all, as Rarity's parents are on their way to vacation. And now Rarity is tasked with minding the little one, the second born. I say that as a second born. And then Sweetie Belle magically teleports away. Look at this. It's like Star Trek. And it's like, oh, I know. You and your sister spending a whole week together. I have to wonder where that accent comes from, because Rarity has worked very hard to be as Canterlot can be. Mid-Atlantic. So wait, she should be living in the middle of the ocean? Makes sense. All right, well, that makes sense. Although I still like the idea of just her in the middle of an ocean saying, "This is my land. I am now the queen of Mid-Atlantia." So Rarity suddenly realizes, oh God, that was today. Oh God, that was today? I mean, she just has to realize her entire world is about to be turned upside down, and she doesn't even realize the half of it. So here's Sweetie with her luggage. And if you ever doubted they were sisters,
Just a few necessities.
they are totally sisters. There's no denying this whatsoever. So no, you can't get away with the "you're adopted" antagonizing. I believe this is also our first shot of an equestrian taxi. And, well, they still won't stop for me. Oh, man, if that were the case. Oh, if they really got the Disney treatment. Oh, that'd be horrifying. Well, no, I guess they haven't said another word since, but they've at least been visually present. Still better than Applejack's parents. Oh, yes, I went there. But that's okay. Don't worry. I will be singing Applejack's praises very shortly. But here's Rarity trying to be delicate and saying, I have to clean up your disaster. And you can just sit there and wait. So as Rarity apparently really goes for... Those are huge eggs, by the way. I mean, I know it's My Little Pony, so scale is subjective at this moment. I feel like fridge eggs. So there's our setup, and now for, well, you got to give the kids something to do in this process. So you can add the garnish. And again, screenshots are like, see this? This is all you're getting for breakfast. I mean, how else would you interpret this scene if you didn't know the episode? It's quite disturbing.
Okay, now easy. It has to be just right. No need to rush. No, that's too slow. Careful! Back up! Looking for perfection here.
Well, there's your first mistake. There's no such thing as perfection. The idea of perfection is much like any ideal. They are the stars by which we navigate. We'll never reach them, but we're still following their course. But if you ever expect to arrive at perfection, I've got horrible, horrible news for you. And that itself feels perfect disappointment. Oh, the contradiction. So yes, this whole garnish doesn't end quite well. Bit of a faceplant, if we're being honest. I have to wonder if that child still is able to breathe right there. You good, sweetie? You good there, sweetie?
Not bad.
I mean, hey, take the win. Take the W. It's there. Enjoy it. Celebrate it. Perfection. And now Rarity has restored the pristine nature. I don't know how she cleaned everything out of those curtains without a wash tub or some such, but that is the power that is Rarity.
No problem. I'll make myself useful.
Again, this is why I immediately adore Sweetie Belle in this opening, because she has this honest enthusiasm to her. She just wants to help. She's not trying to get something out of her sister. She's not trying to change anything. It's just, I'll make myself useful. And so she's super excited when she sees she can be even more useful. And again, look at that face. How can you not love that face? If you don't love a Sweetie Belle's face, then you don't love living. And so she is trying to lay out everything, including a saddle cover, which still raises multiple questions. For ponies, saddles and bridles are what, fashion? I guess, but saddle implies a rider. We wear weirder things. Oh, we do, don't we? Yeah, we are blinked out. But that includes Rarity's super designed sweater, which personally I think is quite horrible. Green and violet are a very tough combo. Avant-garde. It caught me off guard is what it is. But yeah, that is Rarity's super designer.
The big deal is that in the heat of the sun, wool shrinks.
Shrieks. Oh. Well, like I say, Rarity, sorry it's not cold outside. That's the usual excuse. But anyway, so there's strike number one.
I must create. Sorry?
Well, I don't think you can really blame her for that one. Rarity just wasn't looking where she was going. But yes, there is that part of anyone who enjoys drawing, making music, programming a video game. You feel that need, that itch. Just go and make something. And if you're forbidden, it's very frustrating. And then when you finally get the chance, you're suddenly tired and you're like, what the hell happened to all that motivation when I couldn't do this? It's so vexing. But I've heard one thing that procrastination is not laziness, so don't beat yourself up for that. Often it's rooted in fear of getting started, fear of the conclusion, fear of reception. We find ways to delay because we're not sure of the outcome. So it speaks very much to Rarity's confidence that she keeps creating without fear or delay. But once you recognize fear, you can get with it. Case in point, you should fear the stages of a Rarity meltdown. We begin with the bitten profanity. There are so many four-letter words behind those teeth. Then we go to her Popeye phase, in which it's all just about ready to kill you. And then denial. Denial, and possibly she needs to go see an optometrist about that, because that was horrifying. You'd never seen a more beautiful and cute denial in all your life, unless you're in politics. So now Sweetie Belle has to just stay put and, okay, again, out of context, I'm pretty sure a lot of fans would ask, what is up with that mannequin dress? What is that foal doing? What the hey? There's so many wonderful, bizarre moments in this show.
So bored. When is Rarity gonna finish her work?
And I call it yoga extreme. I mean, personally, I couldn't find it, but early on in the fandom, shortly after this episode came out, someone took that animation of Sweetie just dragging herself across the floor, or propelling, and she was suddenly going through all these video game and animation backgrounds. So it was just a never-ending journey of Sweetie Belle. But she finally finds something to do to occupy herself, like drawing with crayon with her mouth. I mean, later on in the series, we'll see her fledgling unicorn magic expand, but right now, it's the Earth Pony way, with the mouth.
This needs something.
Pony security stinks. I mean, any other show, you have that many gems in an open, unlocked container, you're saying, yeah, rob me. I deserve it. I couldn't fault anyone for trespassing because Rarity seems to be just asking for it. And look again at that face. Somehow, it's more innocent and trustworthy than when Rarity is in denial. I feel like they get the emotions across wonderfully well in this episode. But I'm not sure Rarity is on board.
Hi, Rarity. I made a special drawing for you.
I'm sure the art wasn't that bad. Although, man, putting it all together, I have to wonder about where she got the glue that is actually slightly blue tinged. Oh, sugar pine sap. There we go. And wow. This is not looking good.
What am I going to do with you? Oh, we could paint together. We could ride bikes, play chess, sing a song, catch frogs, pillow fight. That's not what I meant.
But, I mean, the way she hopped around, the eagerness by which she suggested all these things, there's such earnestness from Sweetie Belle. And that's why she's the character I'm rooting for in the first half of this episode. So as we continue down this unfortunate spiral, however, Sweetie now beholds Rarity's creative room. And boy, creativity. They say that having a messy home is actually a sign of high intelligence or genius. I must be frickin' Albert Einstein then. Don't feel like it though. Well, in terms of organized chaos, this is the episode that coined the term. So, behold what... Okay, this is what we start with, and in, I imagine, a very short amount of time, this is what we got. Okay, Sweetie Belle, I'm not sure if she missed her cutie mark in home organization.
Surprise!
Again, so cute. I'm just going crazy here. But Rarity's not having any fun because this was her room.
This wasn't a mess. It was organized chaos.
We have, quote, we have meme. And, well, Sweetie is just thinking she's done the best thing.
But every time I make a mess, you get upset. But this was my mess in my house.
And maybe that this is another reason why I love this episode, because I'm seeing so much of myself in both characters. I like to be helpful. I try to be useful in a situation. I think I can understand the drive that is Sweetie Belle is feeling, but I also am incredibly territorial. It took a long time for me to even be comfortable with my friends coming over to my home, not only because of mess, but because it's my sanctuary. And so I understand Rarity's frustration. And if it wasn't just a mess, it was her mess. And the funny thing is that when you know it's your mess, you know where everything is. But once someone comes in and cleans it, you can't find squat. So Rarity is trying very hard, but oh, poor Sweetie Belle, she just can't handle this. And now Rarity is channeling her inner giraffe. They say never stick your neck out, but in this case, it's more of like trying to do an attack. Oh, and we have our second phase. All right, so again, we're biting down on the curses. Bite hard, correct your teeth. Oh my God, now she's trying to destroy her teeth. This is just a magnificent grinding. And then the Popeye phase. Okay. Oh, shiver me timbers. And then, okay, we're almost there. We're almost there. Get to the denial. I don't know if I've ever seen more eye highlights in a pair of eyes than in this episode.
Why, it's smashing. Huh?
Yeah, no one sarcasm. It can be lost on the audience, but you got to love Sweetie's impersonation of her sister and the continued disappointment. Nothing stings more than love rejected or seemingly rejected. But Apple Bloom has a suggestion, the Sisterhooves social, and she's doing some relatively decent marketing, better than when she said, buy some apples. But Sweetie's not entirely sold. She just wants to know how she can connect with her sister. And also, I take it back, Apple Bloom is wasting the entire bundle of flyers in that one area. I mean, like, more isn't always better. So, but there's that aggressive marketing again, because even Sweetie's like, girl, back off. You're in my bubble. And meanwhile, I got to wonder if Discord was a statue in Canterlot Gardens. That mare behind them, what did she do? Oh, she looks happy. That's because the one thing Twilight didn't know when she petrified Cozy, Chrysalis, and Tirac, how to make them look like they're enjoying it before it happens. Although Twilight didn't actually petrify them, that's an important point. Yeah, I'm pretty dark today. Can you tell I got up at 6 in the morning and I'm highly resentful of existence? But we see a return of Sweetie Belle's enthusiasm and joy. This will be an excellent idea. It's not an excellent idea. Because now Rarity has just had enough. She's not even going to deal with this. And she's declared it's uncouth. So now we're getting some resistance, a little sarcasm from Sweetie Belle, which now that I say that, I realize she's probably the most sarcastic of the Crusaders. I don't think I've seen the others, go for sarcasm that much. Apple Bloom is aggression. Scootaloo is actually tears. But Sweetie, she gets the sarcasm.
And any sister who cares about her sister goes. Sweetie Belle,
Honestly. Oh, the great expressions in this episode. These wonderful expressions.
You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. And now.
Oh, but it's true. It's so true. Frame by frame, we witness Sweetie Belle's love and celebration just wither within. And she suddenly realizes that feels like her sister doesn't want to spend time with her, that she is being rejected. It's so hard. And so, well, again, nothing makes one so angry as love rejected. So now she makes a declaration.
In fact, I think we'll try the rest of my life without a sister. Oh, I'm the one who's ruining your life. Well, it looks like we finally agree on something. Neither of us needs a sister. Deal! Goodbye, unsister!
Okay. Little kid thing. Goodbye, unsister. Actually, I wonder, with all the separations in siblings, it's a wonder we have more than one kid per household. I had moments where I wanted to forsake my brother, but they passed quick. Kids have this magnificent energy, even in emotion. And boy, it can be exhausting. So now we change scenes to Sweet Apple Acres, but I've always wondered about that carrot farm behind it. What is that? I assume that Golden Harvest, yellow pony, orange hair, was green in Ghostbusters. She's got to be living there, I figure. But nobody goes there. It's like Sweet Apple Acres is just blocking it from the rest of Equestria. It's like, oh, you like carrots? Well, too bad. There's some apples. Yes. But then we just pan slightly to the right, and we get what is the start of, I consider, one of Applejack's best showings in the entire series.
She said the Sisterhood social was uncouth?
Uncouth. Can something be just plain couth? I bet freaking strong sound is plain couth. Anyways, Coothy.
What's uncouth?
It means uncivil, bad-mannered. Exactly.
We had a quote along. I love it. And, well, Apple Bloom's the other half of this magnificent presentation, giving us a very demonstration of uncouthness. Also, I can't help but notice that she's consuming the product. I pray that's not coming out of her allowance. Again, just out of context screenshots. I love the expressions the animators put into this show. And this episode is a grand example. But also, if you didn't know the context, what would you perceive this as being? I'm just not sure anymore.
Sure you want me to help? I just mess everything up.
Oh, come on. That's just stinking thinking. Watch.
Okay, stinking thinking. Now, a friend of mine said that you shouldn't say stinking thinking because it's like blaming the victim. But we do have a narrative. And when you tell yourself a negative narrative, it will impact you in all the worst ways. One thing to do is be aware of how you're talking to yourself, how you're setting yourself up, how you're addressing oneself. And if you realize, hey, I wouldn't talk to someone that way, well, don't talk to yourself that way. We can change the narrative, not changing the reality, not lying, not deceiving, but looking at it from a different way. Now, here we have another sister duo, and usually these two are in an antagonistic role in the series. But this episode shows us life outside of those road bumps. Case in point, playing catch with the rotten apples. I think, like, I'm not done much farming, but I think bruised and discolored apples can still be good for making cider or applesauce. So they make a game of it.
Since we can't sell the bruised apples, we gotta collect them all for the pig stage.
It's a lot of work, so we make a game of it.
And they try to include Sweetie Belle and good gravy. I feel the impact off this. And then there's opalescence, and I gotta say, I sometimes wonder if it was just a coincidence that Opaline of G5, an evil fire alicorn, who's only half as evil as this cat.
This is genius! I shall call it Full Spectrum Fashions.
Now, I'm curious, what color of the full spectrum fashions would you wear? Because I got to say, I'm usually a fan of blue, double-D, but that orange glasses and hat is looking pretty swank by my standards. So just a show of hands, who would wear the green? Very good. Who about blue? A lot of blues. Orange. Okay, very good. Purple I can't see it very well, but purple appeals. And then the yellow sun hat. Oh, excellent. So we have fans of each color and style in the room. The sad thing is we never get to see more of this.
She still shouldn't have touched my things without permission.
Oh, that at the end. So indignant. Meanwhile, we get to grape stomping, and this is very traditional. This is how they made wine back in the day. You stomp a lot of grapes, you let them ferment, and eventually the wine becomes more vinegar-like, but what you gonna do?
You're making grape juice?
You do end up composting them back into the vineyard. This is not used in making wine.
Oh, yeah, I should add for context because, wow, the audio on that was off the charts. People don't do grape stomping anymore because it's not hygienic. So don't worry, the next time you enjoy a little grape juice, you will not be tasting anyone's bunions. It's a very callous thing to do. But but sweetie, sure, they're making grape juice. It starts as grape juice, but Applejack's just off to the side, just being like, she's not saying a lie, but she's probably thinking it.
Apple Bloom.
Please, Applejack, she didn't mean... Whoa!
How do you like them grapes, little whippersnapper?
Now, look at this. This is just wholesome. It's so freaking wholesome, I can take it. But again, usually we catch the Apple family at intermittent periods of unrest or conflict. How nice it is to see things going smoothly. How nice it is to see what I assume is more of the norm for this family. Otherwise, the moments of conflict wouldn't hit as hard. Unfortunately, we only get to see things for a moment, they slip into what I call the positivity void. You can find Celestia's Rule, the School of Friendship, and the Crystal Empire hanging out in this void most of the time. We're meant to assume that things are hunky-dory on an average basis, but we only see them when things are in conflict or crisis. Ergo, we don't have an appreciation of what is the norm. We just make an assumption. And, well, just so you have nightmares tonight, it's about time this kitty got a little humility.
Oh, Opal, Whoopoo! It's as if Sweetie Belle knew the sweater was perfect for you.
I will destroy all. That's right. Wave that doom flag. Honestly, I would love it if it turned out that Opaline Arcana's origin was Opal, but she somehow became a fire alicorn. I could believe that. So, yes, we're seeing the unintended positive, the silver lining, if you will, of small mistakes. And now it's time for the herding, which is all a bit weird when you think of how sentient every animal is.
Yeehaw! Way to corral some critters, sis.
You could have just asked.
I mean, I kind of expect one of those sheep to have a tin can ringing it against the fence. Attica! Attica! And then there's the full spectral fashions, but it needs a little something. That blue... Wait. Oh, yeah, she stole the sun hat from the yellow. Because, cheater. Oh, no fair. They changed the vectors. I'm sorry, 0 out of 10, worst episode ever, unsubscribe. We're done. But now she's looking for Sweetie Belle's silly little arts and crafts. Which, oh my goodness. And what happened next? Well, in Ponyville, they say, Rarity's heart grew 3 sizes that day. And her eyes were about to bulge out of her skull, but we don't talk about that. But my gosh. Oh, and now we're treated to a full Rarity emotional breakdown. But remember when I said those flowers are important? So here we have, those are the flowers that Sweetie set at the breakfast table. And I have to remind myself, I believe it's violet sage. All right, so the 2 interpretations I saw were hyacinth, which is power, pride, and beauty. Remind you of anyone? They're not? No? All right. Kind of like lavender? Or, well, what about sage? Do they still look like sage? All right, we got to vote for sage. But wellness, calmness, clarity, and inner peace. Well, purple corn, then don't get it near a flame. Do you get purple popcorn? Probably not. But, so here's the symbolism. We'll go with the sage interpretation of wellness, calmness, clarity, and inner peace. Something that has been missing from Rarity for the first half of this episode. And she knows it, so prepare yourselves for a full emotional Rarity breakdown. It is legend.
Whoa, it's me. No, I must get her back. I must.
As God is my witness,
As Celestia is my witness,
I'll never be hungry again.
I shall never be sisterless again.
I have to ask, how many cartoons have a Gone with the Wind reference? More than you think, but this is not something that I think the target age audience would fully understand the full context. This is what culture and symbolism has a way of finding its expression in many different forms. That's why I really enjoy archetypal studies, because it's not just a stock character, it's an idea, a message, or something that finds itself in every means of expression, even when we're not looking. Plus, Rarity just sells it all on her own. You don't have to know the scene in question to enjoy this. Oh, and yeah, Walt Disney said if you only aim to entertain the kids, you're doomed. Doomed! But to cap off this rather perfect day of sibling dynamics, they're having a camp out. Meanwhile, Big Macintosh is like, well, I'm still working. And, well, Rarity comes to reclaim her sister, who's been, I guess, on rent-to-own.
Oh, hello, unsister. What are you doing here? Better be careful. You might get some dust on you.
Oh, yeah. This is where we have the polar shift. Now, suddenly, while Rarity was the antagonist of the first part, Sweetie Belle is now the more antagonistic of the two, refusing a reconciliation. It's very important. I found that people like to mix meanings. Forgiveness is not reconciliation. You can forgive someone but never want to see them again in their entire life. Reconciliation does require two to tango. So, she's not willing to let Rarity back in and revoke her unsisterly status. But she does have a candidate in mind. Speak not to me, unclean one. Unclean?
And that's why I'm adopting Applejack as my big sister. What? What?
Honestly, think about it. Hasn't Applejack been pretty awesome so far? This beacon of positivity. It's understandable that Applejack, she's usually the even keel of the main six. It's hard to do anything without really feeling like they Flanderize her. With Rarity, well, she's kind of a Flanderized but still respectful fashionista. But she's like, oh my God, I'm losing screen time and family to Applejack. And Applejack is like, what is going on? Make a wish.
Or maybe she should be your sister, so she could teach you what a good sister's supposed to be.
Yeah, we're going to need some aloe for all those burns. But Rarity is still engaged.
You want me to go home with you, so we can do what you want to do?
Yes?
Just forget it.
And of course, after all that, we need at least one assurance of normality.
We're still sisters, right?
That's all she needs. But meanwhile, Applejack is pulling a sort of sisterly duty with her good best friend, and possible shipping interest, I'll say. I'm more a Rarajack fan than I am a Rainboom Applejack. Apple Dash, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Well, I guess if the first part of the name is who's the more dominant in the relationship, oh dear.
Applejack, why do you have to be so good and make me look so bad?
And this is something I miss in a lot of MLP episodes, where one of the team serves as a counselor, a mentor, or offers insight to the wrong party. Because usually these ponies are so focused in and closed off that they don't even listen to helpful advice.
Being sisters is like apple pie. But apart, all we are is just a pile of mush and some crumbly, dry mess.
She just realized she's a mess. Okay, now, I gotta ask, is this the incredible growing Rarity or the incredible shrinking Applejack? I mean, the perspective on this is rather interesting. But either way, Rarity has an idea. So now we begin the Sisterhooves social, which in its full glory, which means, given that I think it's only been a day, those apples, they really set things up fast. Oh, well, that's great. The sisters aren't even helping get the Sisterhood social. But let us note this pie eating contest, because look at how sad the filly on the left is that they didn't win. But remember that. So here we are, the ponies just coming around, and well, Sweetie, I guess she spent the night at Sweet Apple Acres because she is just still not in an okay mood. And so you see, well, a pig competition. Oh, and there's Golden Harvest. They let her off the carrot share farm or whatever. You can unlock the cellar for her now.
Oh my, what a repulsive monstrosity! This thing needs a head-to-toe makeover.
But I can't stay mad. I can't stay mad with a face like that. I mean, you can tell she is hurting even if you didn't freeze on this frame, but by God, this frame hits hard. But then all of a sudden, well, she's slightly compacted and clipping on her tail, apparently. Applejack was actually somehow phased her out of reality for a moment. That's right. So, but all of a sudden, wait, what's this?
Hey, B and I figured since we do this every year,
I'd let you borrow my sis so you can give her a try.
sister for a day.
No way! 1 day.
1 day. That's right. And if it comes back damaged, you're paying the full price. So this episode is also very unique in how it began the shift of Granny Smith. Season 1 and in Return to Harmony, the only joke for Granny Smith is, oh, she has a bad hip. She's old and has a bad hip. I think they made several jokes at that expense, but now she gets to have a little bit of a firecracker attitude.
Confingled modern doohickey. Now the event y'all been waiting for. The sisters on the social hub. The big race.
The big race, and good Lord, she should have been in the pie eating contest. She could have eaten in one go. Look at that. But this was the start of Granny Smith having more of a personality, more of a history, more of a lady who's lived a very full and powerful life. And she's just a little older now, but still wild firecracker. And there's Big Mac, the only guy at this entire event. He's like, ladies. He's holding out for Sugar Belle, and he doesn't even know it.
1 day. Good luck!
It's rather passive-aggressive. No, it's just aggressive encouragement. But good luck. Have fun. And, well, sorry, you're a pirate now. Okay, I gotta wonder a few things, because while Applejack went under, Sweetie Belle just skipped across the surface. Is she a ninja? Did she watch an episode of Naruto and actually figure out how that water walking stuff works? And it's not inspired by anything religious. Well, anyway, a blue-eyed and so together the sisters are moving along. They're making great pace. They're making headway. Okay, so now those two, I believe, were the winners of the pie eating contest earlier. Now, honestly, I can't help but wonder if this is actually just a giant scheme to get some free labor on grape stomping. It's like, yeah, this was 100% squeezed by hoof. Whose hoof? It varies from pony to pony. But anyway, they keep on going. And, well, now they're sharing apples. Everything. Oh, yeah, apple harvesting. Dang, they really are just tricking the whole town. Tom Sawyer got nothing on the Apple family. And this is adorable how they take these still amazingly large eggs and deposit them. So, yeah, now this competition's really picking up. Berry Punch has got maybe a little extra stride in her step. Yeah. There's Berry Punch 2. She's so fast that she actually watched herself do it. She broke the bounds of space-time. So begins the challenge. Now, while this might seem like a disappointment for our lead ponies, I want you to all realize something. That filly who made it across the finish line, she was the one who was looking so sad that they lost the pie eating contest. So even she is getting a happy ending at the end of this story. Yeah, so, and, well.
Thank you, Applejack. You are amazing. I don't even care that we didn't win. This was so much fun. Huh?
Before we get into that, I will say they don't mind because it was so much fun. It drives me crazy in My Little Pony when they have everyone win because they didn't want to depict anyone losing. It's possible. No one likes losing. No one has fun losing. Sabotaging maybe, but not losing. So, but having enough fun that the minor disappointment of not winning isn't enough to shake off the joy of the entire day. That, again, is your narrative. What are you going to focus on? How much fun you had over the day, or the fact you didn't win one event? It varies, and it's how we talk to ourselves. It's just something to be aware of. But yes.
Rarity?
Looketh and beholdeth. I love how the mud it does not leave even a residue. It just sloughs off. It knows this goes beyond matter and antimatter. Rarity was muddy only because she allowed it. And here she is just saying, nope, see ya.
I don't get it.
We switched places over at the very first mud hole.
How deep is that mud hole? How long can she hold her breath? Maybe, or Avatar: The Way of Water got nothing on Applejack. This should be the next movie, Avatar: The Way of Mud. So Sweetie is incredibly touched by this sisterly gesture. I'm at time, but I'm just going to do a few more seconds, be as quick as I can. Don't want to delay the next good folks. But we have harmony, a reconciliation, a restoration of the relations, and every pony is happy.
I think we deserve a celebration!
Yeah! Where?
The spa, of course.
Oh, Rarity.
No, I'm serious.
I'm sure you are, but instead you're going to get one hell of a makeover. And somehow Spike is still there. This was one of the first episodes to not feature Twilight Sparkle at all. Not even once. In fact, none of Applejack's and Rarity's friends came to watch the Sisterhood Social. How messed up is that? But either which way, it's time for our moral.
Having a sister is just about the bestest thing in the world, but it sure isn't the easiest.
And, well, they have all a montage of great events, style differences, enjoyments, even being willing to jump in the rain and mud. But again, Rarity is still clean. The mud is like, nope, I'm out. I know where I'm not wanted.
Little bit dirty.
A lot dirty.
A little bit dirty.
A lot.
Hold it. How about a medium amount of dirty, not too little, not too much, just right.
Deal.
Well, there you go, Spike. You actually helped for a change in the early seasons. Where indeed? Where was any of that during the Princess Spike episode? So, and we close out. Remember how I said, remember those birds? Those birds are important. I think the implication is that they're sisters too. And they are also united. There are so many little things that keep coming back There are so many little foreshadowing nuggets at the start of this episode and that carry through. And here's the thing. I have seen more energetic episodes. I've seen funnier episodes. I have seen even more emotional episodes. Perfect pair. Anyone? But this was the first episode, well, one of the first that I saw outside of a marathon. I started watching around season 2. I had the opportunity to go through the entirety of season 1 plus several other episodes. But this was a standalone, look forward to a Saturday and spend the rest of the week reflecting on it and seeing how the fandom creates after it. It made me realize just how wonderfully dynamic this show could be, with a swap in antagonists equally essentially balanced between the episode. Great interaction with the characters, great symbols sprinkled throughout the entire thing, and above all, just a really likable cast with whom I could identify. Even if, the whole magical pony thing is more window dressing to the core character that I witness underneath. It's part of why I've not been eager to try and find another horse-themed show to replace MLP G4, because what I really love at G4 is the characters and the world they inhabit. And so with that, I am over time, and we are at the end of the episode. So I hope you've all had a great time. If we want to talk more, I'll meet you in the hallway shortly hereafter.